welcome back to SkillTree, and we're back with a different game called Tyranny. It just came out.
Yeah, it just came out today. It's made by Obsidian, who also worked on Fallout New Vegas, which we can't play right now because Windows 10 is so nice.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned that before, but it just crashes infinitely forever. So that's why there's no episodes of it.
Yeah, as I understand it, with the Windows 10 anniversary update, it screwed up a lot of things. Bethesda won't fix it because they say it's Windows' problem. Windows won't fix it because they say it's NVIDIA's problem. NVIDIA won't fix it because they say it's Bethesda's problem. So it's never going to get fixed.
That's called the circle of blame.
Yeah. So we're going to play this game, and I don't know a whole lot about Tyranny, but it seems really interesting. It's this fantasy setting where the great cataclysmic battle, the final battle between good and evil, has already taken place. And evil won.
Yeah!
Yeah, and now all across the world is this great sprawling evil empire. And that's where the game starts.
That cheers me up quite a bit.
Yeah, so let's be bad boys.
We're fighting them, though, aren't we?
No, we are bad boys.
Oh, we are the bad. I didn't know that.
we is the baddies.
So I guess, obviously, we should play on Expert Trial of Iron hard mode.
Well, let's see what we got here. The story mode difficulty requires a minimal micromanagement and easily forgives mistakes in combat. Enemies receive a penalty to most stats. Companion combat AI is enabled by default, and party members do not receive wounds until they are knocked out. What's this? Story mode? Oh, that was the baby mode.
Yeah, that's
All right.
cute little adorable mode.
The normal difficulty requires a strategy and efficiency, but forgives a few mistakes in combat. Hard difficulty is suited to a veteran player of isometric RPGs such as Pillars of Eternity. By the way, yeah, they also made Pillars of Eternity, which I have, and I haven't played much of it, but I'm told it's very good.
I'll take your word for it. I never play these games.
Who are looking for a challenge. Survival requires micromanagement and optimization of stats through items, spells, and abilities. Enemy AI is more efficient and uses abilities more frequently. In the Path of the Damned difficulty, enemies receive a bonus to most stats, have more efficient AI, and will very frequently use abilities. Party members take more wounds during combat and when being knocked out. This difficulty level can only be chosen when starting a new game. And we have Expert Mode, which disables a number of helper features in the games. Players who want to rely on their own faculties and intuition while playing the game should play Expert Mode, which I imagine is just going to like skip tooltips and stuff.
Possibly. It's tutorial skip.
And Trial of Iron, if I'm pretty sure, it's like you only have one save slot. If your party's defeated, the game ends. Your save is lost.
Your save is lost.
Oh, it even gets rid of the save. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's Iron Man mode. That's the old Diablo Iron Man mode.
All right. I'm gonna keep these off.
Are you sure?
But I will go to hard difficulty.
Are you actually sure about that?
Yeah, we'll just save scum. We'll be fine.
Oh yeah, we are scum. We are registered members of the Scum Alliance.
Yeah, I was born in the lake, made of scum. Except
Creature from the Black Lagoon is the story of your family. Little known fact.
Hold shift to issue multiple commands to a party member. They will execute their commands in the order you issued them. So we got Spike Top, Beardy Man,
Captain Voodoo,
Legion Commander,
middle-aged Azula,
and very angular lady?
Yeah, that's middle-aged Azula.
Oh, okay. This is what happens, when the Fire Nation won. That's pretty much what it happens. It's a Fire Nation won.
It seems like it must be based on that to some extent.
Well, there's a lot of fire going on here.
I mean, maybe it's not, but the imagery is very similar.
And, like, the swirling effects, it's very kind of Eastern style.
This is a very long loading screen.
This game must be intense.
Must have the best graphics.
Oh, speaking of more swirly clouds.
For over 400 years,
This is very Avatar.
the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained
Before
to
the
the
Fire Nation.
Overlord's will.
It's very Fire Nation.
Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world. And two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spy master and archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tunon, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tunon brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands.
Awesome.
Who's that?
How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
So we are still the bad guys, right?
Yeah. This is the last holdout. We're part of two armies who are not only winning, they're competing with each other to see who's going to have the final glory of winning. And apparently we're some kind of super judge, bringing order to the land that we're about to conquer. All right. So, appearance. What kind of character we want to make?
Well, let's see. We got sort of skinny shit. We got Harvey Dent.
Yeah, we got the Bolin look, if we're going to go Avatar. And a little more, hello, I am a hero.
Yeah, it looks a little more like a Superman-ish sort of stance.
Yeah, let's look at the ladies. Hello, I am Wonder Woman. A little more pear shape. And very tall, but very lean.
Honestly, the left and right just look like short and tall to me.
Yeah, they are. They both kind of... You know, it's like, here's her mother. What do you... Let's start. You want to be boy or girl?
This is a very existential question you're asking me.
In the Northern Empire where you were born, women enjoy equal protection under the laws of Overlord Kairos. Well, it can't be all bad if, you know, equality's going on.
Yeah, they got equality. They're not so bad. Alright, so let's make Azula.
Yeah, let's make Azula. It's very Avatar-esque. We're feeling an Avatar kind of vibe going on. So let's just make Azula. Would you say Azula's more tall or more short?
She's definitely shorter. I mean, she's like... I think she's only as tall as Zuko at the very most.
Yeah. Also, she was pale as shit.
Yeah, because she's Asian, I believe.
Yeah. How pale we want to go?
I can't really tell the difference between the far right two.
Yeah, I think far right. Let's just go full pale.
Yeah, we're making Azula, folks.
We're making
from
Azula.
Avatar.
Oh god. We got a lot going on here. Ooh, we got different voices.
Oh, I didn't
Female
know that.
sneaky.
Ah, got it. Quiet down.
I think she's probably either aggressive
Female
or noble.
aggressive.
Yes. Have a look here.
Trouble is afoot.
Female noble?
You learn something every day.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's Azula.
That's Azula.
That snarky bitch voice.
What's this? We got tattoos? Oh my god. We're gonna be here for days.
Oh my god. Get a tramp stamp.
Got a lot of body tattoo, a lot of body artwork. Some sleeves. Hand. Oh, we got face hand. We got hand tattoos. Got leg. Where's this? A little shoulder.
On the shoulder?
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty good.
I can't see what that is.
It was just like a little hand tattoo. Looks like a little kind of like
Oh.
fire or like a lotus. Like I imagine like Azula not really having a lot of tattoo, but like maybe a little bit.
I think I don't know how the Fire Nation culture works. I don't think Azula would have tattoos, but still we'd give our character one.
Give it a little flair. We'll keep her blank for now. Face and hair. It's not letting me zoom in, which I'm a little disappointed by.
Yeah, I always hate that so much.
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's the kind of face she would give you.
Yeah. Trying to remember her hair. Guess we're playing Fallout.
Crawl out through the fallout when they drop that bomb.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Braids. Oh, that half braid look, which I know you hate.
I don't like braids in general. I just don't like those hairstyles.
It seems okay.
Yeah, it's kind of sort of neutral.
Yeah, kind of. It's like a little short, but not very short. This is a little more regal. I like this. We'll go with that. Keep her hair dark.
Yeah, I could see that on Azula.
Yeah. And let's give her that one little flame tattoo. Yeah, right there.
On the hand.
Just right there. On both hands. And fire red with a little blue in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think she uses, like, blue fire.
Yeah, she uses
If I remember
lightning.
correctly. Well, I mean, she uses lightning, but I believe she has blue fire.
Oh, yeah, she did have blue fire. We need to find a portrait for her. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect match.
Also, can we give her a male voice?
Ah, got it.
Perfect.
Moving cautiously.
These are good portraits, but you think they would be, based off of the rough appearance of the person we're playing.
No, it is old school RPGs. You gotta select one. Dwarf. A lot of
Kinda
guys.
like that fire and stick one.
Yeah, the fire stick. Where are you, fire stick? No, that's blade jewels.
Yeah, I did say blade jewels.
Fire stick.
We want to make a spellcaster, right?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go with this. We're gonna be here forever if we don't. All right, history. How did you join Kairos' army? Noble scion. Born to noble parents, you were groomed for leadership. Yes.
Yeah, that's Azula.
Can I do two? No, gotta do one. Noble scion. When your parents came under accusation of sedition, you were sent to the court of Tuanon, Archon of Justice, to defend your family's actions. Your parents were found guilty, but I guess we weren't. Awesome. Take that, Mark Hamill. Primary expertise: sword and shield, great sword, short bow, shock spells, vigor spells, dual wielding javelin, unarmed attack, frost spells, and anthropy spells.
There's no fire?
Oh, what is shock spell? Mage skills in shock magic can frequently interrupt enemy attacks, preventing them from executing attacks. Vigor spells: the School of Vigor is a utility branch of magic that focuses on granting bonuses to yourself and allies. Frost spells is an offensive school that focuses on slowing enemies as well as dealing cold damage. Anthropy magic drains the skills and attributes of your enemies, weakening their attacks and making them easier to kill. Go shock spells. She got shockies.
Oh, we get a getup.
Yeah, this is looking a bit more. Yeah. What do the other ones look like? Frost? Oh, just different color enchantment sticks. All right. What are you? What? I don't know. Yeah, it seems good for now. She'll be very offensive. Secondary expertise.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. Ordered you to receive training in the secondary combat styles. Fate bringers are often deployed in treacherous circumstances, and one's ability to adapt unexpected danger, such as sudden violence or legal engagement, can represent difficulty between life and death.
I suppose Azula would probably use unarmed, like martial arts.
Yeah, Kung Fu. Good idea, Adam. Choose an ability. Flurry of blows or palm strike. Perform powerful palm strike to target's chest, interrupting them and pushing them back, and silence them from spell casting. Double attack. Yeah, it's like chi blocking. Which he didn't do, but still.
Yeah, we're making a freaking monk now.
Yeah, we're keeping theme here, everyone. Oh god, we can choose a banner? Oh my god, Adam, there's so much character creation.
How long is this character creation?
We have our own personal banner. There. Fire.
Yeah, fire.
It was like... How's this go? Perfect.
Probably not the same color, I think.
Yeah, there we go. Red and black.
Yeah, there we go. Full edge.
Full edge.
Wait. What about character colors?
Oh, good idea. Perfect.
just full edge.
Just
OC,
full edge,
DeviantArt.
full Azula, full Fire Nation.
I can't imagine what we'll name her.
Yeah. I'm assuming that is the correct way to spell it.
I'll look it up because it'll bother me.
As I put in put a few in might. Little might. Or maybe not.
That is the way to spell it, apparently.
Alright. Finesse describes a character's physical mental precision. It's used to determine accuracy of attacks and spells. Quickness determines how often a character can use their abilities. Wits determines a character's mental acuity. Well, she's pretty high up on that. And determine how... Yeah, pretty quick.
And that's it.
A little finesse. Yeah, that seems good. Now let's do skills.
Oh my god.
We're halfway there about.
God damn, this character creator.
Alright, Mage Staff determines the effectiveness. This skill is recommended for you because of your primary training in shock. Oh, weapon skills. Okay, it's very RPG. And I got 20 points. Two-handed weapons, unarmed combat, bring that up to 30. Control lightning, athletics, dodge, lore. She's gonna be smart as shit. A little more up in athletics. And
one more point.
Subterfuge, what's that? Determines character's ability to move unseen. Magic. Full wizard. How do you want to Selecting the conquest options will allow you to play through Cairo's conquest of the tiers, choosing how your character was involved in the invasion. This gives you the most control over the starting state of the game and how other factions will react to your character. Or a quick start. Let's do conquest.
I suppose so. I mean, it just seems like it's supposed to be either a tutorial or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Oh shit, it's happening.
All the world has fallen to Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the tiers, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Interesting.
In the
Well,
early
let's
days
go,
of 428,
raid home.
Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tiersmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tiers sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
What?
I can hear that leaf blower so loudly. It's really like taking us out of the moment here.
Yeah, I know. I absolutely despise the people who run this place.
All right.
But that is neither here nor there.
During the conquest, you will decide the character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the tiers, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the tiers respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. Yeah, these are very old school kind of styled RPGs, so it's like, we can screw up pretty bad.
Well, don't worry, we will.
The Bastard City. The Bastard City stood upon the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tiers. Built upon a natural harbor of commerce to the Tiers, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking the city would send a message to the rest of the tiers. Kairos is insurmountable. Select a token on the map to begin. Gates of Judgment is the first major engagement of the war. Kairos' armies cross the mountains, establish a foothold, and infiltrate the tiers. Both armies center forces to prepare the way. I don't
even know what's happening right now.
Let's infiltrate. History would remember the Gates of Judgment at the First Battle of Conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. The Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital. Which army do you join? Well, infiltrating, that's very Azula. And, she's not part of the rabble. She's part of the elite.
Which is the Disfavored.
You lent your skills. That's kind of an ironic name. Disfavored scouts to capture a border garrison. Graven Ash insisted that an early victory in the offense would boost the morale of his troops and diminish the haughty overconfidence of the Southerners. Yes! The oath-bound soldiers identified a modest border defense and collaborated on an organized attack that would leave the enemy uncoordinated and cut off from aid. You oversaw the preparations and offered your opinions of the strategy. When the clashing of swords and the spears fell to silence, followed by the cheering of disfavored scouts, you were the least surprised. Oh, it's kind of like a story mode, choose your own adventure thing as we conquer this group. inside agent. You found an ally within the city to prepare the way for approaching armies containing the fire. The Bastard City resident fire mages threatened the first leg of the conquest. Kairos' forces put a stop to their unchecked power. No one does fire but us. Your
It is forbidden.
Yeah, your fiercest opponent in the Bastard City were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath. Too barbaric to use their power responsibly, the unbridled practitioners needed to be stopped. How do you trick the hot-tempered mages into their own undoing? You lured the hot-headed mages to an ambush where a legion of disfavored waited to spring the trap. The soldiers were hungry for a chance to subdue the arcane branch of the Tears. What does the rabble do? You tricked the guild elders into meeting the voice of Nerat, Archon of Secrets. The Archon was notorious for his cruel and mysterious interrogation techniques. The mages were never seen again. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Let's have them investigated by Multi-Face Man, which is now his name.
Yeah, Multi-Face Man. There were few who could describe the horrors of the Archon of Secrets' visit upon the enemies during the conquest. Whether the Elder Mages knew little of the Archon's reputation or met with him out of curiosity didn't matter. Once the flap of the Archon's tent closed, none of them were heard from again, save for a strangled cry of alarm that ended just as swiftly. Leaders of the School of Wild Wrath fell into disorder, and the remaining members were slain by the disfavored or conscript of the Scarlet Chorus. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city's defenses for the arrival of Kairos' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How did you assist the fall of the Bastard City? Ooh, third option. Keep to the shadows. You eliminate the leader of the Bastard Cities, the leaders one by one. Concealing shadows. You challenged the commander of the Bastard City's defense to an honorable fight to the death. The disfavored wished to spare soldier lives in the battlefield and claim civilians. Warriors respite, cooldown. Stand your ground in the face of defeat. Spreading the word of Kairos, you converted the poor and disaffected into a hidden army of Scarlet Chorus. Once the dust settled, the army wished to bolster their troops with these sleeper cells. Searing Palm. Ooh, fire magic. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. It didn't take much to convince the Bastard Cities downtrodden that Kairos was the superior power. You armed them with weapons and knowledge of a signal that you would raise when the time was right. As the armies appeared outside the walls, you ignited the spark that fanned their anger into a full-scale riot. The chaos that spread in Kairos' name weakened the city to such an extent that its inevitable fall was but a formality.
Oh. And it's collapsing.
There is now war in Ba Sing Se. Battle City settled into a new state of normalcy, with every tower displaying Kairos' banner. Your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunan, I think that's multi-head guy, sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as judge and overseer of the settlements of Lena's Crossing, or as a war advisor to the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. This is a lot of stuff to remember.
Yeah, I'm curious when something's actually going to happen, because this is boring as fuck.
Apex, the troops of the Mountain Realm. Apex stood idly. Lena's Crossing, despite arming descendants, blah, 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 blah. Forge bound Smith. Tunan has sent one of his fate bringers to ensure the enforcement of Kairos' law. Yeah, law and order. Year 2 of the conquest. Don't worry, Adam. It looks like there's only like 2 more tiers after this. Years ago, Lethian the Bold founded a small merchant town in the intersections of the ancient Old Walls. A pact between the settlers and a mercenary company meant the caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the tower thrived in modest insignificance. Lethian's crossing drew Kairos' attention to the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kairos' control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine ore and arm the disfavored with the finest weapons in the world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the merchant support with a generous bribe, taking the crossing and a bloodless victory. Tunon dispatched you to travel alongside Kairos' forces and bring order to the region. The iron must flow. You found a clever solution to improve the protection of iron and weapon. The Cult of Siren. The Archon of Songs power ensnared the minds of a disfavored soldier. What? Siren, the Archon of Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kairos' army. As patroness of the Scarlet Chorus, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When an enthralled disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. Okay, so this Siren Sing Witch brought one of the people on from the elite side onto their side, and there's a little bit of a power struggle going on.
Well, let's kick her ass.
This favor demanded that the Archon of Song cease her recruitment practice and that they be allowed to violently subdue her cult of followers. The loss of soldiers was significant setback to the Scarlet Chorus's conscription efforts. Whereas they, one tradition, you sent the last batch of cultists to the front lines and those who survived were welcome to remain in Kairos' armies, and blah, 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 blah. What's the other one? Smith's mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faulted their dedication, yet production was low. The plan that came to light proved decisive to the disfavored in Scarlet. On the other hand, any additional manpower is needed for fighters, not forges. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kairos' armies needed to be fiercely guarded. Do we deal with a power struggle or do we deal with supplies?
Let's do the iron must flow.
All right. These guys, the Scarlet Chorus, took refuge from the recent influx and forced them to serve in Kairos' military. You repurposed these individuals to haul wagons of iron for smith mages. This proved an inconvenience to the Scarlet Chorus, who relied on their force of numbers to be effective in the meal. So we made a bunch of the mooks pull wagons, and they didn't want to do that. You conscripted help from the local tribe of beastmen. Their strength would more than offset their disobedience. The disfavored protested that savages have access to the secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet Crusade. No. They should pull carts.
Alright, I guess we won't have, like, giant elephant alligator monsters helping us or something.
Yeah, I'm a little confused on beastmen. Like, it gives me a lot of definitions on a lot of things, but not for beastmen.
Yeah, it just expects us to take that on faith.
We're just gonna gloss over beastman.
It's like it defines Kairos in every sentence, but not that.
It's a name out of legend for centuries, blah, blah. Okay. The population of Lethian's Crossing has swelled from the emptying of lands destroyed by Kairos' army. Although the Scarlet Crusade fought to keep the refugees under their control, the need for production could not wait. The new recruits were reassigned to haul iron ore from treacherous mine shafts, labor more befitting slaves than Kairos' artisans. Through the disfavored grew stronger with the advantage of more weapons, the Scarlet Chorus diminished as their ranks found themselves with one less opportunity for growth. Alright, what do we got? Guardians Due. Kairos' armies used Lethian's Crossing as a reprieve from the war. The city grew more crowded as mercenary armies hired by the Archon of Secrets occupied the barracks, where they drained resources and escalated tensions. The disfavored wanted nothing to do with the sellswords, but the Scarlet Crusade thought to invite them into the fold. Disfavored demanded that the mercenaries be kept far from Kairos' armies. The righteous occupiers would not deign to share provisions or supplies with degenerate sellswords. You build a separate barracks and mess hall in order to keep the sellswords out of the army's way and enact strict laws against disorderly conduct. You let the Scarlet Crusade and mercenaries engage in combat games and challenges and allowed laws against revelry and merriment to go unenforced. Those who won the contest took greater share in provisions and sellswords of merit were invited into the army. So we either kick Braun out of our cool club of super elite soldiers, or we just go full party revel.
I like the Second Sons, so...
Yeah, we'll think about it. Pick of the armory. Since you aided the production of weapons, commanders of both armies lobbied for additional arms. They offered all manners of bribes to the next of line and fitting of session. How do you sate the lust for iron? You let this disfavored have the iron, keeping the best tools in the hands of the elite. The Scarlet Crusade saw the slight as an obvious display of preferential treatment. You gave iron to the Scarlet Crusade commanders, knowing that they pay very well for any killing tool. Weaponry of such a claim was typically reserved for the highest of the disfavored officers, but you were open to changing tradition. You allowed no chance to the orderly dispensation of iron, and punished those who tried to bribe you twice. Yeah, that sounds very Azula.
Yeah, let's destroy them. Although there are a lot of times when you're saying words wrong, and it's like it changes the whole meaning, and I'm like, what?
I know, I'm being bad. Using language that left nothing open to interpretation, you let both the commanders know that bribery would not be tolerated in Kairos' military. That didn't stop either of them from seeking you out again, making promises of wealth and advancement if you showed special favor. Deciding that enough was enough, you ordered both of the commanders flogged in view of their armies, letting pain and humiliation teach them where reason had failed. Who controlled the crossing? Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the Voices of Nerat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Tunon ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kairos' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other, Tunon decreed it best that only one force controlled the crossing. Who do we leave in charge?
Well, I trust the disfavored more, but I don't know, the Scarlet Chorus is kind of like the mooks.
Yeah, do we want them to be responsible, or do we want them on the front line?
I guess it depends on whether or not you thought the Unsullied were good at guarding that one fucking place. I can't remember the name of it. Marine?
Lethian's Cross. What, Marine, yeah. I've been giving the Scarlet Crusader shit. Let them have it.
Sure, let's let them.
The Scarlet Chorus flooded Lethian's Crossing with overeager and undisciplined recruits. In the few days of occupation, settlers suffered under rampant theft, murder, rape, and arson. Well, great. By the following week, the hordemen who sowed chaos for personal gain were dead, strung up by the more disciplined half that took up the reins as self-appointed bosses of Lethian Crossing. The forge-bound continued to mint iron weapons and armor, which Kairos merchants crafted to the disfavored garrisons elsewhere in the tiers. Shipments were light, or sometimes absent. The Scarlet Chorus's quartermaster claimed ignorance on the matter. Well, maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Close enough.
Hearthstone. Oh, good. Where do we go now?
Sure.
With the mercenaries expelled from Lucian's Crossing under new leadership, Crosses Forward congratulated themselves on bringing order to the settlements and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Sure, that's what happened. Over the course of this division, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, and the Vellum Citadel. Vellum Citadel was a library fortress, the largest archive of written word in the tiers. Ink and Quill protected and maintained the archives of ancient lore for centuries, standing apart from the political upheavals of younger realms as an enduring pillar of knowledge and culture. Stalwart is an easily defended position and rich military tradition. The realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in all the tiers. The Vellum Citadel and Azure Kairos dispatched the Archon of Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. I don't know anything about the nation of Azure.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it.
It looks like it's farmland? Oh. So, military, knowledge, food.
I guess probably Stalwart?
Yeah, that sounds good. Year 3 of the conquest. Man, we are just destroying this last holdout on this continent.
For no real reason.
It's the last one. The realm of Stalwart was best known for its proud army, disciplined, courageous, and undefeated on their home soil. Skill and resolve made Stalwart a military power that Kairos forces approached with due caution. With its southern position, Stalwart has been largely safe from the war, watching for 2 years as its neighbors fell to Kairos' forces. On the dawn of the third year, Kairos' forces were finally poised to invade Stalwart Peninsula and subdued the tier's most vaunted army. The Stalwart defenders burned their crops as they retreated, leaving the invaders little to forage. Starving, the Scarlet Chorus mob raided from the disfavored's well-maintained supply lines, incurring casualties on both sides. Oh no. Man, these two cannot get along. They should not be fighting side by side.
It's amazing because they're part of the same empire.
It's the same empire. It's the same force, but like, it's so bad. After a defeat at the hands of enemy defenders, the Scarlet Chorus accused the disfavored of recklessness. The disfavored claimed the Scarlet Chorus brought too few soldiers to cover their flanks. Both armies refused to march until you give a ruling. That seems a little petty. This one's a little more concrete, of stealing from each other.
Yeah, I'd have to side with the disfavored on that one.
Yeah, what do they got? You ordered that the thieving Scarlet Chorus soldiers be spiked for their affront. By your command, the disfavored shared their provisions. The thieves each lost a hand for their treachery. No. Spiking.
They must learn in death.
Yes. Even in time of war, there are no excuses for allied armies to battle each other in violation of Kairos' peace. The disfavored rightly argued that they only had enough supplies to feed their troops. The Scarlet Chorus needed to better look after their own people. Yeah, they should. Just because you're a mob doesn't mean like you can do whatever you want. Agreeing with their assessment, you had the offenders staked outside the Scarlet Chorus camp, left to send the message that hunger was no shield from justice.
Kairos' justice.
Alright, what do we got? Scarlet Chorus battle mages discovered a spell to turn beastmen slaves against their handlers. The army prepared to deploy this tactic elsewhere, but the disfavored protested. The use of unsanctioned magical practices ran contrary to Kairos' law, and beastmen were considered too erratic to be relied upon even as shock troopers. Again, give me a little definition on beastmen. What is going on?
What the hell are they?
Also, we got Aang and double Aang here. What's going on? Tell me what's going on. All right. You agree with this favorite argument and ordered the beastmen slain. The Scarlet Chorus mages who discovered the trick were ordered to never use it again on pain of execution. You approved of the Scarlet Chorus's new innovation and ruled the technique and acceptable use of wartime magic. So we can choose whether or not to let the Scarlet Chorus let the bunch of beastmen go fucking nuts. With magic.
Well, I mean, they're already there.
Yeah, it's like Stalwart is using beastmen, and we're going to make them go berserk and kill Stalwart, as I understand it. And the other one, better dead than red. Rather than submit to Scarlet Chorus's conscription, conquered locals began committing suicide. Desperate to add more bodies to the horde, the Scarlet Chorus demanded a portion of disfavored prisoners. The disfavored denied the right of recruitment as their realm's population had taken a steep decline. What do you say? You banned the Scarlet Chorus from recruiting in the realm of Stalwart, going so far as notifying the locals to assuage their fears. You refused the disfavored request and allowed the Scarlet Chorus to continue recruitment. Additionally, you ordered that disfavored camp slaves be given to the chorus to make up for the losses suffered.
I'm starting to favor the disfavored, so
yeah.
Fuck the Scarlet Chorus.
Do we want them to, no, you can't have our slaves, or no, you can't do beastmen magic?
I do kind of want to let the beastmen loose in the city, but...
I don't know if that says Azula or not. Gotta play the character. No. No pilfering. You can't have our supplies, and you can't have our slaves. You agreed with the disfavored arguments. This conquest was never about ruling a graveyard, but the Scarlet Chorus acted contrary to that goal. The voices of Narat and his mobs blamed you for suppressing their ability to conduct war as they saw fit. In spite of their protests, you read this proclamation in every conquered village, knowing that enemy spies would hear your verdict. The disfavored carved a slow, steady path into the heart of Stalwart and surrounded the enemy's massive fortress. With the main bulk of their forces defeated, the enemy leadership retreated to their mighty fortress, content to wait out the war. The Overlord answered this impudence with an Edict of Storms on the peninsula, a devastating spell that would endure as long as the cowardly hearts of Stalwart's leaders persisted in beating. Knowing you had to trust the graven ash, Tunon demanded you the proper representative to deliver Kairos' edict. Aside from being given a 3-day window to read the edict, you received no other instruction. What? Knowing you had that largest the great nations general, blah, 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 Tunon deemed you the proper representative to Kairos' edict. Kairos' most powerful magic is that of the edict. Commandments cast upon whole regions that can control and destroy man and nature alike. Oh my god, they gave us a super spell.
Let's use it.
The Edict of Storms. Agreeing with the wishes of the disfavored, you proclaimed the edict at once, leaving the enemy no time to react. Stalwart had ample opportunity to surrender for several years. The time for mercy was long gone. In an attempt to integrate themselves with the people of Stalwart, the Scarlet Chorus insisted that warning be sent to the towns and villages so that the people may prepare for the horror about to descend upon them.
For the audience, I would just like to say that the word is ingratiate.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, just, ingratiate.
Thank you.
Noun.
That's the word of the day. Ingratiate.
I don't think it's a noun, but let's go with the disfavored. Fuck Stalwart.
Man, we really do not like them. But then again, they haven't really given us much reason to like them. So yeah, think fast. You agreed with the disfavored rationale. The leaders of Stalwart had refused honorable battle and too many disfavored lives were lost in the campaign. Since the last regent refused to leave the keep, you would let him watch as his people suffered. Without hesitation or regret, you broke the seal of Kairos' Edict of Storms and read the Overlord's incantation. Man, the Overlord is strong as heck if he can just, like, send us a spell.
Well, he's lived for like hundreds of years, right?
The clear skies darkened as you read the final word of the edict. A flurry of wind and rain whipped through the rolling plains and craggy canyons, turning rocks, uprooting trees, and hapless soldiers into haphazard shrapnel. Armed with a measure of foresight, you were able to remove yourself from the area before the storm grew more violent. Over time, nearby communities told of cyclones consisting of thousands of soldiers worth of limbs, spears, armor, and skulls. What's more, the weather showed no sign of dissipating. Wow, this is a heck of a spell. Several units of disfavored who fought the enemy in spite of the advancing storm were caught in the Overlord's magic. The few survivors regrouped and nursed their wounds. Their failure to topple the Stalwart Legion shamed them into believing the dead more fortunate. The name Stalwart fell from use. People took to calling it the Blade Grave for the remade landscape festooned with iron and bronze ornaments of the two great legions. As Kairos' forces departed, you spared a glance back at the ruins of Stalwart, marveling at your work. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. I think we got one more campaign. And then we can actually start the game. Oh, no.
I was wondering.
No, now we can start the game. We're done.
What? It's begun. It's over?
Oh, or we can do it again.
Oh, God. Let's not.
You have reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress and start over? Let's go. Oi. The subterfuge skill can be used to bluff or deceive characters in conversation. Ooh, that'd be good to have. The persuasion. Also, that rock is crying blood.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
It looks a lot like Reaper from Overwatch. Crying blood.
Nothing personnel.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands.
Cool.
But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the Valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault.
Oh, damn.
Get wrecked.
With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance. But months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you.
Again?
Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons.
I mean, we kind of already did this once before, and we made the Blade Grave.
As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Kairos is really strong.
It makes you wonder why he needs any army.
Like, he sealed us away here. Oh god, Adam. Gameplay!
What? There's actually a game?
Fatebinder Azula, I presume. We've been expecting you. Welcome to Terratus, which I'm guessing is the realm.
Welcome to the gameplay.
If this is...
Next time
Yeah.
on SkillTree.